Yo, what is up guys? Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Today we're going to be taking a look at all the sweets and how to get them in Kunitsu Gami. Starting off with the first one, which is Minizuki. Now this one you get by repairing the canyon statue in Kakishi Grove. So the description for this is a confection made of a steamed rice flour topped with red beans. A festival of purification is held on the eve of Minizuki, the 6th month, which marks the halfway point of the year. On this day, the noble class in the ancient capital would eat ice shards as a way to purge the defilement and misfortune, as well as to cool down in the early summer heat. Ice cellars were built on mountains to store winter snow just for this purpose. The tradition would spread around the ancient capital through a confection cut into triangular shapes, just like an ice shard. The color of the red bean topping is also said to ward off evil. The springy texture of steamed rice flour and the rich flavor of the red beans combine to make a mouth-watering treat. Now let's move on to the next sweet that you can obtain, which is called Inoko Mochi, and this one you get by repairing the fields in Enrai village. So the description for the Inoko Mochi is a confection made by wrapping a ball of red bean paste with a special mochi dough, a mix of mochi flour, red bean paste, and sesame seeds. It is said it was originally made with a mixture of chestnut and various grains. The round shape is modeled after the child of a wild boar, which is known to have many offspring. People would pray for good health, prosperity, and fertility by eating this mochi on the month, day, and time of the boar. The boar is also revered as the messenger of the god who protects against fires and lightning. The fireplace on the day of the boar would make one's home safe from fire. The mochi is also eaten during the opening of the winter hearth for tea ceremonies. So moving on to the next sweet, we got the Yokon, and this one you unlock by repairing one of the shrines in Okayama Passage. So the Yokon is a confection made with a mix of bean paste, sugar, and agar. I have no idea what that is. Anyways, it's boiled and poured into rectangular containers and finally cooled into a hard jelly that is served by cutting into small pieces. The soft texture and gentle sweetness of the carefully sorted beans is the epitome of this type of confectionery. It is said that Yokon actually originated from a meal that consisted mainly of lamb meat. Vegetarian monks replaced the meat for red beans and kudzu arrowroot, which eventually transformed into the sweet treat it is now. The sugar content allows it to last a long time, making it a popular gift since ancient times. So moving on to the next sweet, we got the Yugasi Mochi, which you unlock by repairing a house in Yogamari Lake, or Yomanari Lake. So the Yugasi Mochi is a soft mochi filled with red bean paste and then picked on the corners to give it the appearance of a bush warbler, from which its name derives. It is also sprinkled with powdered beans or seaweed to give it a green or yellow hue. The bush warbler is regarded as the harbinger of spring and is often paired with the image of plum blossoms. It is said that this tree originated among samurai families in ancient times as a food to serve guests during tea ceremony. The fragrant aroma, sweet beans, and soft but chewy texture interweave to create an addictive, flavorful treat. So moving on to the next sweet, we got the Hazuka no Namagashi, which you get this one by repairing a shrine in Adasho village. So the Hazuka no Namagashi is a confection crafted into the shape of a ground cherry that consists of yuro dough, which is apparently steamed rice flour, filled with white bean paste topped with a stem made of candied burdock root. The plump lantern shape of the ground cherry has earned its nickname Devil's Lantern, and in rituals the ground cherry served as an illuminating guidepost for the souls of one's ancestors to follow when they return to the world of the living. This confection is used as an offering to ancestors since the vivid red color is said to repel evil spirits. It is best enjoyed while celebrating the wonderment of late summer. So moving on to the next sweet, we got the Sakura Mochi, and this one you unlock by repairing a statue in Renge Marsh. Now the Sakura Mochi is made by dyeing mochi pink, the color of cherry blossoms, and filling it with either whole or smooth red bean paste. It is then wrapped into a pickled leaf of the Oshami cherry tree, giving it a sweet and flowery aroma. Its pink and green coloring makes it a popular spring dessert and is often served during tea ceremonies and as a treat for the Hinamatsuri festival. Depending on the region, sakura mochi is either made with a lightly baked crepe or with mochi rice. On to the next suite, we got Hichigari, which you unlock by repairing a shrine in Kamukera Shrine. So the Hichigari is a small bowl shape made with either yomagi mugwort, mochi, or kanashi dough, and then topped with a ball of sweet bean paste or mashed white beans. It is also known as oyster mochi, as its shape resembles an oyster clutching a precious pearl. It is said that Hichigari originated from an ancient confection called Idaki Mochi, which was used to pray for the happiness of children. Similarly, Hichigari is eaten during the Himamatsuri festival to pray for the happiness and growth of young girls. The name Hichigari comes from the term Hiki Chigiri, which means to tear, as in the hosts are so busy entertaining guests during the holidays that they are unable to make perfectly round mochi and instead tear the dough into small bowls to save time. The red, white, and green colors recreate the spring scenery of peach blossoms, lingering snow, and fresh greenery. These colors are also said to ward against evil and bad luck. So let's move on to the next treat, which is Kohakudo, and this one you unlock by repairing some lanterns in the Great Cherry Tree of Nakahara. Now, the Kohakudo is a dried confection that is mainly served at tea ceremonies. High quality agar and sugar are first boiled and then shaped before leaving to harden, resulting in a unique texture of a crisp shell encasing a soft, silky interior. The sweet has earned the nickname Amber Sweet for its translucent quality that allows light to shine through like a gemstone. It is a delight for both the eyes and the palate, and is often shaped into seasonal flowers and patterns to add a little more festivity to a tea ceremony. One popular symbol of summer depicted in poems and paintings since ancient times is the image of an au fish plain in green maple leaves, and this sweet is arranged on a tray to create the image of the cool, sparkling stream. So on to the next suite, we got the Momiji no Namagashi, and this one you unlock by repairing a shrine in Korai village. So the Momiji no Namagashi is a confection shaped like a maple leaf and made of smooth red bean paste that is wrapped in konashi dough, a mix of white bean paste and flour. The color gradient expresses the gradual reddening of maple leaves during autumn. It is shaped with a wooden mold that was sculpted from the wood of a cherry tree. The fiery colors that spread across the mountain are said to be hand-dyed by the god of autumn, and are as revered as expensive textiles or kimono. Their splendor has been lauded in poems since ancient times, and many have tried to capture the beautiful colors in their art, a confection to be enjoyed along with the changing of the seasons. So on to the next suite, we got Kasiwa Mochi, which you get by repairing a house in Karataki village. Now, the Kasiwa Mochi is a mochi confection wrapped in an oak leaf and filled with either red bean paste or miso paste. The mighty oak has been revered as a sacred tree since ancient times, and its leaves are often used as plates for offerings. Unlike other trees, dry leaves of an oak tree would not fall off even during harsh winter. These dry old leaves would only fall off when new leaves grow in come springtime. The resilience of these old leaves waiting for new leaves to grow has made the oak tree a symbol of a persisting family lineage and prosperous offspring. Particularly among samurai families, the confection is eaten on the 5th day of the 5th month in the lunar calendar to pray for children's growth and lasting prosperity for the family lineage. So moving on to the next suite, we got the Subaku Dumatsu no Namagashi, which you unlock by repairing a house in Yamuso lodgings. So the Subaki Dumatsu no Namagashi is a pair of confections shaped like a camellia flower and a pine tree to exhibit the colors of winter. The camellia flower, which blooms vibrantly during winter, is highly valued in tea ceremonies as it exudes vitality against the barren landscape of winter. Made by tightly wrapping kanashi dough, a mix of white bean paste and flour, in a piece of cloth and finished by adding a shape for the center of the flower. The pine tree, which is an evergreen tree with constant green leaves, even under piles of snow, represents unbending faith and prosperity, made by carefully placing mashed white beans around a ball of red bean paste and sprinkled with mochi flakes to resemble snow. An exquisite pair of confections fit for a crisp, quiet winter. Anyways, guys, that wraps up all the sweets that you can unlock in Kunitsu Gami. Now, they don't really serve a purpose other than just as collectibles, and you can actually check out the models and whatnot. But I think it looks really cool, especially because they're really flexing how the models look in this engine. I do wish there was at least like one little reward you would get by unlocking all these. I think that would have been cool, but for now it's just collectibles that you can kind of get like a little bit of backstory on, and I think that's interesting enough. So if you guys want to see more videos like this, consider subscribing and liking the video as it shows your support, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.